Here are 10 things that you need to pack in order to survive in the wilderness. And why, and the order you pack them in decides whether you walk back out. Here's the rule that shapes every item on this survival list. You can die in 3 hours from cold, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food. So we pack for the fastest killer first, not the loudest fear. Item 1 is a fixed blade knife. It's the tool that builds every other tool, from shelter stakes to fire feathers. And unlike a folder, it won't fold shut on your fingers when you're battening through wood. Now here's where beginners go wrong. They pack a giant machete or a fancy multi-tool with 12 gadgets, feel prepared, and then find out the hard way that a blade too big to carve fine tinder is a blade that can't start a fire. Item 2 is your fire kit, and it beats water on the survival list because cold kills you first. Pack a ferro rod, not just a lighter, because a lighter fails when it's wet, when it's freezing, and when the fuel runs dry. That's the moment a scattering of sparks becomes a curl of flame, and a curl of flame becomes body heat you can survive on. Item 3 is shelter, and the lightest one that works is an emergency space blanket or a simple tarp. It traps the heat your body already makes, so you're not burning through the night trying to feed a fire alone. But here's the mistake that would have killed you. Most people lay straight down on cold ground and let the earth suck the heat right out of their back. Pile up leaves and pine boughs underneath you first, because the ground steals more warmth than the wind ever will. Item 4 is a single wall metal water bottle, and that word metal is doing all the work. You can set it right in the fire to boil water and kill anything living in it, something a plastic bottle can never do. A filter clogs and a purifying tablet runs out, but fire never quits. Bring the tablets as a backup, but trust the boil. Item 5 is 50 feet of paracord. It lashes your shelter, hangs your food away from animals, and the 7 thin strands inside the sheath become fishing line, sewing thread, or a snare in a pinch. Item 6 is a headlamp, not a flashlight, and the difference matters more than you think. A headlamp keeps both your hands free to work, and when the light dies at 5 in the afternoon in winter, working hands are the only thing between you and a very long night. Item 7 is a small first aid kit, and the one thing in it that saves lives isn't a bandage. It's the roll of medical tape and gauze that stops heavy bleeding, because out here a deep cut isn't an inconvenience, it's a clock counting down. Item 8 is a map and a compass, the old kind that needs no batteries. Your phone will die in the cold exactly when you need it most, and a compass has never once lost signal in the bottom of a valley. Item 9 is a loud whistle and a small signal mirror. 3 blasts of a whistle carry farther than your voice ever could, and a mirror flash can be seen by a search plane from miles away. And here's the instinct that gets lost hikers killed. They panic and start walking to find their way out, burning energy and moving away from rescue. The moment you know you're lost, you stop, you stay put, and you make yourself easy to find. Item 10, dead, last on the survival list, is food. High-calorie bars keep your brain sharp and your decisions clear, but remember, you have 3 weeks before hunger is the thing that ends you. That's why food sits at the bottom. Every beginner packs snacks first and forgets the fire, then wonders why they're warm on calories and freezing to death. So, there's your survival packing list: knife, fire, shelter, water, cord, light, first aid, navigation, signal, food. 10 items, 1 small pack, and a survival order that decides which of them you reach for first. Pack it in that order, and a scary, unexpected night in the woods becomes just an uncomfortable story you tell later. Skip the order, and the mountain writes the ending for you. One last thing. Every item on this list is useless if the first time you use it is the emergency itself. Pull the gear out this weekend and light that fire in your backyard, because a skill you've never practiced weighs exactly the same as gear you never packed. Because nothing humbles a person quite like flipping open a brand new survival kit and realizing you have no idea which end of the compass points north. If you found this helpful, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one.